Hello everyone and welcome back to Harvest Moon Wonderful Life Special Edition. This is Showboat, and today, well, off screen I made a few units of sashimi from Snelt, because for some weird reason we have like 14 Snelt or something like that. It's a crazy amount of Snelt that we have. So, I made a few units of sashimi out of that. We have 6, and we still have a lot of Snelt. Like, a lot. 8 units of Snelt remain. Plus there's a couple tiny Snelt. There's the 7 huge Snelt. There's also Columbo that we could convert. It's like most of the fish we can convert into sashimi, so that it's worth 150 gold apiece. But yeah, it takes a long time to do the conversions. So I think I might do a few units off screen between videos, but I'm not going to convert all of it all at once. It's too high of a chance of the game crashing on me while attempting to make the food, because it's part of the house that we're in, which means that it's likely going to crash at some point. It's snowing, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that, but it is snowing. Uh-oh. 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 Well, guess what? It's time. We are no longer getting milk from our normal cow. Today is the day. Today is the day. I am going to save my resources. And, yeah, we're going to sell our first cow. Time to sell. Is that like a crying star cow head? Yeah, we're selling Bessie for 2,500. It's gonna have a scene that's like really sad. It's supposed to be really sad and make you feel bad about selling your animals. But no. If you want to actually make money in this game, you need to sell your first cow. There's no ifs, ands, ors, or buts about it. It needs to be sold. Sheep are pointless. Chicken are pointless. I mean, they take a very long time to pay for themselves. At 1 egg a day, that's worth like 30 gold. Yeah, it takes a while to pay off the 900. Even longer to pay off 1,800 if you decide to get a rooster as well. Although you can basically just fill up your barn and be good. But yeah, so anyway, I don't know what to do today besides go fishing and go looking for the upseed for the day, which should be over on this side of town. Since we'll be over on this side of town, I don't know, maybe we should talk to our fiance. That might be an idea. Maybe we should go do that. Do you know? because we're totally like getting married at the between the year. It's weird how this game handles years. It's like this is going to be the end of the first year, and we'll be starting the second year as part of chapter 2, but it's really chapter 2 year 1. It's not really a year 2 because of like at least 1 year passes between time. Hi. You've been waiting for me. Why have you been waiting for me? Why would you need to wait for me? I don't even. Why would you? Oh, not yet. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Don't know why the journal doesn't just say, "Hey, we're getting married." That would be ideal. So that you don't forget. Knowing me, I would forget who I am marrying in this game. Anywho, so vlog time, I guess. Not really much else to talk about. I'm really tired, I guess. I keep on yawning. You may or may not notice, but yeah, I'm yawning. I'm pretty tired today. Today is Tuesday, the 27th of October for me. For you, it'll be the 28th when this video goes live. But yeah, I mean, today was a busy day for work, I guess. I am a teaching assistant for a class of well, the enrollment's over 500, but more like 430 some people showed up to class. And today we did a written quiz. Yeah, a written quiz in a class where there's over 400 people to show up. They had to draw. That's what they were supposed to do. The process of protein transport within a cell. Specifically, how a transmembrane protein gets to the cellular membrane from synthesis, basically. They're supposed to draw it going through being synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum, then being packaged and sent to the Golgi apparatus, where it would undergo some further modification, get more sugars put on it, which it gets in the ER as well, but from the Golgi packaged up into a little vesicle and sent out of the cell, of course, on the membrane of the vesicle, and that would be exocytosed to the outer membrane of the cell, and yeah, it just hangs on, and then you've got your little protein part of the cell membrane. So they had to draw that process, and the professor drew the process. He literally drew the answer right before he told them, "Hey, put all your books away and draw this. It's gonna be on the test. So we're gonna have a quiz. It's gonna be for like daily quiz points, and yeah, they did not do well. they were told they were going to have a quiz where they would have to draw these processes. This process. They were told, a few days ago. In fact, they've known that they're going to have to draw this, and yeah, it's not so good. That no, not so good. Not so good at all. Me and a couple of the other TAs directly after class were working on grading. We ended up getting about halfway through before tapping out. I was the last one to leave at like 1:30 in the afternoon. Because I was hungry, primarily. I didn't actually bring any food with me. I mean, otherwise my Tuesday's completely free. So I probably could have stayed there and finished it off by the end of the day, but no. We'll get it done, like, tomorrow or after that. But, yeah, the average is, God, I can't even, I literally can't even say. But, yeah, ugh. Students. You think you help them out, but you really have done nothing. All of the answers he gave them today in the lecture, he literally drew the process up on projection for the whole class to see. He literally drew it, went through step by step the entire process of moving a protein out of the cell, and then when he told them to draw it, they couldn't draw it. Freshmen, ladies and gentlemen. Freshmen. I'd say it's more of an indication of the crappiness of high schools in general, in terms of teaching science, or teaching in general. The students are coming into college not prepared for that experience. Which is sad. Which is very sad. The amount of students in high school who actually have an opportunity to get used to a college level of difficulty before going in is really low. I mean, I was fortunate enough to go to a high school that offered a lot of advanced placement courses, which, for those who don't know, the advanced placement program in the United States, basically you take this class, and at the end there is a national standardized test. Actually, it's international, but whatever. There's a standardized test called the Advanced Placement Test, and it is scored on a scale of 1 to 5. And the better that you do, the more likely a college or university will accept that score in lieu of that course. So, for instance, if you take an advanced placement biology course and you get a 5 on the AP exam, which does not actually indicate a perfect score, mind you. Um, but it is the top score. If you get a 5, no matter what university that you apply to, you're going to get credit for that class, for an intro to biology course. Which was the case with me. I took an AP Bio course as a junior in high school, and I got a 5 on the AP exam, and I got credit for both introductory courses when I entered college. I got the equivalent of 8 credit hours, I think, for that one AP exam. I actually entered. I entered college with 35 credit hours, I think. The vast majority of which actually came from an AP Statistics AB exam that I took that I think I got a 4 on. 3 or 4, something. I don't remember. It wasn't 5. But I got credit for Calculus 1, as well as all of its prerequisites, which included I think it included pre-algebra, algebra, and pre-calculus, something crazy. There was like 16 credit hours, something like that I got for just stats, not stats, but calculus, just calculus, an AP calculus course. I didn't do an AP stats. What am I thinking? Calculus. I'm confusing myself. It was calculus. I was a senior. Took AP calculus. Also took AP psychology, AP chemistry, AP United States government. That's only 4. What was the 5th? I took 5 AP courses in my senior year of high school. It was chemistry. I think the other one's psychology. It was chemistry, calculus, psychology, government, and English literature. AP English literature. That was 5. That was the 5th. I only got a 2 on that one. I got a 2 on the AP English language course the previous year as well. I am not that great with that sort of course, with those types of courses. It did mean that I had to take a blarg. I had to take a writing course and a literature course. I took them as a freshman in college. They were rough approximations, shall we say. One where you just write a number of things. I remember taking that course specifically because the instructor, I think, was Greek. I think she was Greek, and she was a really easy grader. It's like, wow, that course was pretty excellent. I mean, I guess I knew enough how to write for that course, and then when I took the actual literature course, which was hell because I remember that course being at like 4:30 to like 6:45 once a week. It was an evening course held once per week, and it was like over 2 hours long, something like that. It was actually, I think it was 3 hours long. I think it started at 4 and ended at like 6:45, so close to 3 hours. I forget exactly how long. Maybe it was 7:15. It was long, but we read the requisite Shakespeare in that course, and the specific Shakespearean play that we had to read was a play I had already read, which was Hamlet. I had already read Hamlet in high school. Oddly enough, I don't think it was actually in the AP course. Either of the AP courses where we read Hamlet. I think it was like the year before. The year before I started the AP stuff when I read Hamlet. Had to read a lot of Shakespeare in high school. It was rather interesting. Had to read Hamlet, Othello, Midsummer Night's Dream. I know at some point we did read Romeo and Juliet. I think that was in middle school. Yeah, I think that was middle school where we read Romeo and Juliet in an honors English course. Memories. But my point is, around here, those options for taking the higher level courses that are supposed to be on par with college level courses don't seem to be in much of existence. Or at the very least, what's happening is that there are students who are not taking these courses, probably by choice, who are trying to get into college and then figuring out the hard way that college is different than high school. And that is just something they'll have to learn the hard way, I suppose. Anyway, let's move on from all of that business. In case you're wondering, I did take all those AP courses. Part of the incentive, at least at my school, to take those courses is that your grade counted as a letter grade higher. And I made A's. Well, A's and B's in all my classes. I don't think I really had C's. Yeah, I don't think I had C's. But I did get mostly A's, B's here and there. Very rarely would I ever get any straight A's. But yeah, it's like I wasn't a completely straight A student. I've never been a completely straight A student. But I did graduate valedictorian from my high school because I took very difficult courses that gave bonuses to GPA in particular. It was actually by accident. I never really did intend on being valedictorian. I didn't honestly think that would actually be a thing because I didn't get straight A's. That wasn't a thing I would do, but yeah, apparently no one else would get regular straight A's, so on a regular basis. So yeah, that's a thing. That happened. I don't know why I even bothered coming in here. I didn't need to. Not at all. Not at all. So moving on. Moving right along, my GPA was something over 4.3. I don't know the exact value because I never got my transcript at the end of my time in high school. I don't know why, I just never got my transcript. I've never seen my transcript for the end of high school. It's just a thing that happened. So moving on. I got packages today. I got like 3 packages today, one of which had one volume of one manga or light novel or another. Another package had an additional 3 volumes of mangas and light novels or whatever. It was 2 of each to make the 4. I got a plushie. There's a streamer I watch called Fire Dragon 764. He had a plushie of his Fire Dragon, the Fi Dragon, that I bought. It got shipped with all of the stuff I had on pre-order, which is cool. It's sitting on top of the bookcase behind me on the other side of the room. It's actually sitting on top of a pillow that's shaped like a spider for Halloween. So yeah, I got that. So that's really cool. And I got my Xbox One Elite controller today as well. So that's a thing. It's interesting. I'll give it that. It is different from the normal Xbox One controller. I'd say different in a good way. I don't care for the paddles. They can't actually be configured to anything other than a controller button, which is odd, to say the least. It's like they are mapped to a specific controller button, like either A, B, X, or Y, or the shoulder buttons, or like the analog stick click, but they can't actually be assigned to anything else, like if you're on a PC, which is weird, and they don't appear to be their own buttons, which is also weird. But, I mean, I like how it feels. It's got a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful grip on it. Oh my gosh, the grip is amazing. And I like the interchangeable doodads. Like, I have the elongated left stick, as well as increased stick sensitivity, which makes it freaking awesome. It's extremely precise now. But the right stick I keep low because of going back and forth between that and the face buttons. I don't know. I've already had I think the B button like get stuck on me for some reason. I don't know if that's gonna like be a persistent problem of it sticking, but I mean, overall my first impressions of it are pretty good. I mean, for $150 it better be worth it for a controller that I'm really only going to use on my PC anyway. The standard Xbox One controller I have, the like base one that came with my Xbox One, will be used with my Xbox One, because I don't think I'll switch back and forth with this Xbox One Elite controller. But you never know, I might grow too fond of this one. Regardless, I don't have too much to play using this controller at the moment. I'll definitely be using it to play Binding of Isaac Afterbirth, though, which will be a thing that will be on my channel in the pretty near future. So yeah, with that, we are done for the day. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Showboat, and I will see you all next time, where we will take on... what, the 5th? 6th day? 6th day of winter. My goodness, already on the 6th day of winter. It's going to be a repeat of today, basically. Van doesn't arrive till the 7th. I might take some time to make more sashimi. I'll try to get as many fish converted as possible before Van arrives, but I give no guarantees. So I will see you all then.